Zozo, my beautiful souls, welcome to this special live of the Nisa Show. And I'm absolutely thrilled to have you here. Type live if you are here with us right now, or type replay if you are watching this amazing conversation later. And if we haven't met yet, let me introduce myself. I am Nisa Kamarul Nisa, your Hikmah coach. And I am on a mission to help 1 lakh corporate professionals achieve inner wisdom, heal emotional wounds, and rise as confident, harmonious leaders in both their personal and professional lives. And for those who they are new to this Hikmat word, Hikmat is it's an ancient wisdom of knowing what to say, when to say, how to say it, and what not to say for maximum impact in your relationships and leadership. And I help corporate professionals transform into Hikmat leaders. They were born to be using my 6 pillars of the Hikmat method. I am also the founder of First Harmonious Empowered Relationship Society. Today, I am absolutely excited to dive into something that can transform every aspect of your life. Yes, it's the power of choice. Meet Kavita ji. She is a yoga and life coach who specializes in holistic wellness and understand that even when life feels overwhelming, you always have the power to choose your response and direction. Whether you are feeling stuck in your career, overwhelmed by responsibilities, or simply ready to take back control of your life decisions, क्योंकि ऐसा अक्सर होता है. Today's conversation is going to be that incredibly empowering for people from all walks of life. Welcome, dear Kavita ji. Could you please introduce yourself to our beautiful souls, to our amazing audience?
Thank you so much, Kama. It is really a pleasure, and it's a very beautiful honor to be here on your show. And thank you for giving me this platform to come and share my learnings through life, through mentors, and through the course of every day that goes on. So thank you very much. She's already introduced me, so thank you for the beautiful introduction. Just to give you just about what I do. So hi, I'm Kavita Singh, a yoga, meditation, and a life coach. So I teach yoga as well as I teach meditation and a life coaching as well. And as a mentor, I am dedicated to helping women and even men reclaim their inner power through self-discovery, healing, and conscious choices. So this is my own journey of transformation has made me passionate about guiding others to create a life they truly love. And as we move forward during our conversation today, I'm going to be sharing a lot more from my life itself, like how my life has helped me transform my own journey, and what are the learnings that I have taken from my life, and how taking some choices has really rewarded me to be having the life that I'm living today. So thank you once again, Kamal, for having me here. Now, the beautiful topic that we have picked is the power of choice, right? So I want to ask you, Kamal, like when you heard this topic, what was your first reaction?
Yes, I feel that yes, power of choice is nowadays क्योंकि हर किसी का यही है कि क्या करे. है उनको नो कि for this field that self doubt आजकल हम लोग को खा रहा है अंदर से. ये self doubt हमें कुछ नहीं करने देता है. And I have some questions regarding this, and I am going to ask you these questions. Kavita, I hear this so often that people feeling trapped by their circumstances, right? Whether it's demanding bosses, या academic pressure हो गया, या endless household responsibilities हो गई, जो हम सबको होती हैं. But as a yoga and life coach specializing in this holistic wellness, you talk about the power of choice. पहले तो क्या ही amazing topic है कि power of choice, जो कि I think burning topic है nowadays. And how do you help people realize they actually have more power than they think? बस जरा सा टैब करने की जरूरत है. तो आप क्या इस बारे में हमारे ऑडियंस को आज बताने वाले?
Yes, so beautiful topic, and there's so much to talk about on this topic itself. So before I actually dive into this, I want to ask you as well as people who are watching us, like today, if you really look at just one day today, how many choices have you already made? Like from what time to wake up, what to eat in the morning for breakfast or for lunch, whether to join this live or keep scrolling on your phone, right? So we are always choosing, right? Every single second of our day, we are making choices either consciously or unconsciously, right? So how many of you agree with this statement when I'm saying that we are making choices every single second?
I'm agreeing with you.
So sweet of you. So here is a real question. Okay, let's look at this. Are you aware of the power behind those actions or the choices that we make? Or are you just going through the motions of life? Okay. So what do you have to say, Kamar, for this?
Sometimes I feel that yes, it's my power, but sometimes फिर वही सेल्फ डाउट जिसकी हम बात करते हैं, अच्छा करूं नहीं करूं, क्या करना चाहिए, फिर भी हमें वो ऑथेंटिकेशन किसी से चाहिए, यस यू आर डूइंग द राइट थिंग.
That's absolutely correct. In fact, I wasn't always aware about my choices initially. Uh, you know, for a very, very long time, this is something that I'm sharing from my life. So I thought that life was just happening to me until I realized that every single step, like staying, leaving, or speaking up, or keeping silent, like saying staying silent, was a choice. Staying in a particular relationship, or leaving from a particular circumstance that is not serving you well, or speaking up for yourself, or staying quiet. Where you have to stand up for yourself, but you're choosing to stay quiet. All these things were choices. I was not even aware of these things. And the day I understood that every single thing, like if you're keeping quiet and you're not really standing up for yourself, nobody else will do that for you.
कोई नहीं करता.
Nobody will speak for you. And in that, what was happening was I had pretty much become a people's pleaser. I was always prioritizing other people before me. And the cost of that was I was losing myself. I was having self doubt. I was having, anxiety, not anxiety, but doubts about myself, confidence issues, self esteem issues, because you're just prioritizing other people. You're not choosing yourself. And even when you want someone to stand for you, because you are अपने आप को इतना दबा के रखा हुआ है, and you're only expecting कि कोई और आपके लिए आके बात करेगा. Expectation leads to failure. We all have heard this many times, experienced it also. And for a very long time, I did not understand. And if you're living into expectations, you are going into, I would say, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा आप अपने आप को दबाए जा रहे हो, and आप अपनी voice खो देते हो. And then when things turned differently in my life, and I felt that there is a need for stand up for my own self, because nobody else is doing that for me. The courage, the moment you realize the fact that you have to stand up, you have to speak up for yourself, it brings in some kind of courage in you. And the moment that comes in, your life changes. And that's what happened with the day I understood that I had to speak up for myself. My life literally changed. Otherwise, आज मैं यहाँ बैठ के आपसे बात नहीं कर रही होती शायद. Right? So it's very important for us to understand what exactly choice is and where does it begin. Right? So it can just be choice is simply the decision we make. It can be big, small, it could be right, wrong, right? The only thing that choice gives you is the direction. अगर आप wrong choices भी कर रहे हो, it is still giving you a direction. You're going in a wrong direction. अगर आप सही choices ले रहे हो, it is going in the right direction. That's the only difference. But you are making choice every now and then. But doing it consciously makes it powerful. That's where the power comes into picture. If you're doing it with full awareness, with full consciousness, that's what will give you power. And if I just want to bring up one point here, the thing is, most of us, when we were growing up, we were not, like, I'm talking about our times, like we were not even told or taught about how to make these choices. Like, think about your own childhood. I can speak for myself, where you were encouraged. Were you encouraged to decide what you like? क्या पहनना है, क्या खाना है, किसी ने आपसे कभी उतना डिटेल में आके पूछा भी नहीं होगा. और वर यू मोस्टली टोल्ड दैट दिस इज व्हाट इज गुड फॉर यू, दिस इज द राइट थिंग फॉर यू. इवन इन स्कूल एंड यू हैव टू चूज सब्जेक्ट्स व्हेन यू वर इन, लाइक, आफ्टर यू पास आउट फ्रॉम 10th, यू आर जस्ट टोल्ड दैट नहीं, आप तो साइंस कर लो, you have to become doctor. They're not even asking you what do you like, where does your interest lie. Do you really want to pursue the science, or you want to go into commerce, or you want to completely do something else? Probably, if given a choice to me at that point in time, I would have chosen music. Right? I used to love music those days, but दूर दूर तक कोई connection ही नहीं था music से. However, very late in my life, I would say after I stepped into my early 30s, that was the time when I actually pursued my hobby. It took me 30 years to pursue my hobbies. You can now see, now because you're not even taught the power of choice that time. You don't have the confidence to even speak up for yourself. अगर मुझे वो कॉन्फिडेंस उस दिन होता कि मुझे ये नहीं पढ़ना है, मुझे म्यूजिक सीखना है, probably my parents would have told me, ठीक है आपको म्यूजिक करना है, आप परस्यू करो, but this is also important. I would have still
हाँ
taken it, right? But having said that, like it is important to teach our kids ki how do you make choices. Tell them what is good for them, what is bad for them, but give the decision, then leave the decision to them,
बिल्कुल
right? For example, let's take simple, very very simple example here. Like for a girl, girls are mostly told that you're not supposed to argue with people. Now that girl grows up finding it hard to speak up at work, isn't it? I
बिल्कुल
was I was like that. For me, even if अंदर से आपको पता होगा कि what you're thinking or doing is the right thing, but where is the courage to speak up? Where is the courage to put that idea in front
हमेशा
of others? Isn't it? That's how you grow up. If
हम्म,
you are told that you cannot speak when so many people are talking and you can't argue, you cannot put forward your opinions, you grow up where you can't speak up for yourself. And then you are expected to go out, work in corporates, earn money, but then you are not being given that power of choice to even stand up for yourself, isn't it? Similarly, if I have to talk about men, when they are growing up, boys, they get to hear that real men don't cry, isn't it? They grow up like that. He grows up, that boy will probably grow up choosing suppression instead of vulnerability. भले ही उसके लाइफ में कोई भी ब्रेकडाउन हो रहा है, but he's not even having the choice to be vulnerable. He cannot cry because it's a sign of weakness. और कोई बोलेगा कि क्या लड़कियों जैसे रो रहे हैं. Before being a girl or a woman, I would say we are human beings, and we've been gifted with same set of बोलते हैं ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम, कि हमें इमोशंस भी आते हैं, थॉट्स भी आते हैं, फीलिंग्स भी आते हैं. सो अगर वो चीजें कॉमन है तो रोना मना क्यों है,
क्यों है? अगर
राइट?
हाथ कटेगा तो खून दोनों का निकलेगा, दर्द उतना ही होगा, बराबर दर्द होगा।
एब्सोल्युटली. So from childhood, we often learn to please, conform, or rebel rather than consciously choosing what really aligns with us, isn't it? Now, I really want to ask the audience here at this point in time, like, leave a heart shape or a tick mark if you agree with this, or if you have an answer as yes, or maybe a sad smiley if your answer is no. So, did your parents give you the freedom to make your own choices growing up? Let's see how many people say yes or how many people say no.
Some people are joining us. Roof joined us. Asrar joined us. Thank you so much for joining us. Kavita is asking कि आप टिक मार्क मारो, आपको क्या फील हो रहा है अभी? पर स्टिल ये है ना कि यहाँ पे आके भी ये वाली झिझक कहीं ना कहीं है कि हमें नहीं बोलना है, हमें नहीं करना है। तो दैट्स वाई अभी भी वो कहीं ना कहीं, क्योंकि इतना फोरफ्रंट पे आके हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं ओपनली, लेकिन अभी भी वो झिझक कहीं ना कहीं है। वही जैसे आपने सप्रेशन की बात की, और अभी भी वो है, और वो उसको खत्म होने में बहुत टाइम लगने वाला है।
Even in live
एंड
sessions, Kamar, I would say a lot of times, even when people are listening, they agree with what is being discussed. And लेकिन अगर उनको मन भी करता है कि हाँ मैं ये कमेंट डालूं, तो fear क्या जाता है, अरे 10 लोग और पढ़ेंगे
जजमेंट,
मेरा कमेंट.
हाँ,
What if
फियर
people
ऑफ जजमेंट।
what if they label me? What if my thoughts are
अरे
slightly different from other people? What if एक अलग सी डिस्कशन ही नहीं शुरू हो जाए मेरी एक रिस्पॉन्स की वजह से. There's so
कहीं
many.
मुझे ये टैबू ही ना लग जाए कि अरे ये इस तरह का है, इसकी अपब्रिंगिंग इस तरह की है। मैं देखो, क्योंकि हर किसी का सिचुएशन सेम नहीं है। अगर किसी के पेरेंट्स, वही अपब्रिंगिंग पे ही बात है ना, अपब्रिंगिंग कैसी हो, उनके घर का माहौल कैसा है, उनकी क्योंकि जब हम किसी भी जॉइंट फैमिली की बात करते हैं, जॉइंट फैमिली में ज्यादा रिस्ट्रिक्शंस है। और नाउ डेज इन फॉरेन में हो गया या यही मेट्रोपॉलिटन सिटीज में, वहां न्यूक्लियर फैमिली का कल्चर है, बट वी आर स्टिल इन अवर दैट जॉइंट फैमिली सिस्टम। और ये है कि हमारा वो जो अपब्रिंगिंग डिफरेंट है, उन बच्चों का डिफरेंट है। तो दैट्स वाई दे आर लेबलिंग थिंग्स कि नहीं इसको ये है, इसको ये है। तो ये तो हो ही रहा है। एंड योर कन्वर्सेशन इज योर, जो भी आपने बोला इज सच एन एम्पावरिंग, कि आपने जो भी बातें आज की, आपने हमारी जो ऑडियंस को दिखाया कि इवन इन द मोस्ट चैलेंजिंग सिचुएशन दे कैन स्टिल हैव द पावर टू चूज देयर रेस्पॉन्सेज या एंड डायरेक्शंस, राइट?
Absolutely.
सो दिस इज द टाइम कि आपको उठना चाहिए, आपको करना है। और किसके लिए करना है? अपने लिए। जैसे कि कविता टोल्ड की उसको, उनको म्यूजिक पढ़ना था, बट नहीं करने दिया। या क्या पता, जैसे कविता ने बोला कि मे भी मान भी जाते, लेकिन वही हमें बचपन से इतनी सप्रेशन मिली थी कि हमें वो चॉइस थी ही नहीं कि हम बोलने का भी, हमें लगता था कि बोलने, मुझे इंग्लिश पढ़ना था, मुझे बाहर पढ़ने जाना था। लेकिन मेरी इतनी 21 ईयर्स में ही मेरी शादी हो गई। इवन कि अभी तो मैं ग्रेजुएशन ईयर्स में ही थी कि मुझे आफ्टर ग्रेजुएशन आई हैव टू चूज कि मुझे अलीगढ़ पढ़ने जाना है, और अभी भी मेरे दिल में है कि मुझे अलीगढ़ जाना था, मुझे वहां मास्टर्स करना था। लेकिन डिफरेंट सिचुएशन डिफरेंट थी। सो
That's so true.
कविता
And
जी।
next thing that I want to bring up here is how do choices shape us as women and men, right?
हम्म,
So this is so important actually, because choices don't happen in vacuum, isn't it? They are shaped by gender, culture, and society. These three things play a very, very important role in everybody's life, right?
बिल्कुल।
So for instance, if I talk about women, so choices often come with guilt. For example, if a woman is choosing career versus family, right? So कितना प्रेशर आता है उस चीज के साथ, आई मीन कितनी लेबलिंग आ जाती है, दैट शी इज सो एम्बिशियस, शी इज मनी माइंडेड, isn't it? So so many labels start coming up कि फैमिली को प्रायोरिटी नहीं दे रही है, अपने काम को प्रायोरिटी, हर टाइम बाहर मीटिंग, बच्चों पे ध्यान नहीं दे रही, so many things, so much of pressure comes along with it. But only that woman knows how she's managing everything, and she's doing a fabulous job. All the women who are listening and
Yes,
who's doing this dual role of managing family as well as running a beautiful career, hats off to all of them. You're doing a beautiful job. Don't ever judge yourself. Just go out, don't listen to anybody, I would say. Just keep following your heart. You are doing the best. And in
yes,
fact, the next point that I want to pick up is saying no versus being called selfish, right? So if you start to say no at some point, like, I don't like to do this, or I don't want to go here, you're looked upon differently, right? And if you're okay with doing certain things what others are asking you, then it's fine. Then then you are actually considered as part of the group. Otherwise, if you start saying no, then you're feeling left out. You're not fitting into that particular group or community or society. If you're taking those choices for yourself which really serves you but maybe not in alignment with the society, then you're really looked upon very differently, isn't it? Now, the third thing that I want to talk about here is if a woman chooses to leave a toxic relationship, isn't it, versus being labeled as weak or broken, isn't it? So, if you take a step, if you're in a toxic relationship and you are done with it, done serving people, serving that relationship, and you take a choice or make a choice or decide to come out of that, then you're looked upon differently. There are so many questions that are being raised on that women itself, isn't it? In fact, let me share, when I chose to walk out of an unhappy marriage myself, it was seen as bold, even rebellious. But that one small change, of course, there were people who questioned also, like, why is she doing this? Why is she taking that? She should try continuing the marriage. It's not that I did not try. And it was not easy for me to take that decision as well. It took me a very long time to take that step. I was not having the courage. 2-2.5 साल तो मुझे सिर्फ वो करेज जमा करने में ही लग गए. It's not easy. Somebody who's taking that decision and walking out, trust me, that woman or that man has gone through a lot. After somebody who's chosen to leave that behind and look forward, build a life again, has gone through a lot. So, and that should be seen as really bold, not as rebellious, right? Because they're choosing for themselves. And for me, especially, that one choice gave me the freedom, the peace, and eventually a whole new life path. Like I just mentioned a few minutes back that आज मैं यहाँ आपके साथ बैठ के बात नहीं कर रही होती. If would have been in that same relationship, probably I would have just
इवन
been
मी,
confined.
इवन मी,
Sorry.
इवन मी, कि अगर
Absolutely.
मैंने भी अपनी लाइफ के डिसीजन नहीं लिए होते तो आई कांट थिंक कि अभी मैं यहाँ ये कर रही हूँ।
Yes, yes, absolutely. Like I would have been in that relationship, probably doing the house chores, taking care of a baby, and probably would have lost myself completely if I had not taken that one small step. I can't call it a small. I think it was a major step of my life. It really changed my whole life. So, see, even your words, choice of words matter a lot. And because we are in this work, we are able to catch ourselves immediately, like, जब भी आप इतनी बड़ी चीज को छोटा करके आप दिखाते हो, नहीं नहीं नहीं, ये तो बहुत बड़ी बात है. It's
बहुत
not.
बड़ी बात है.
बहुत बड़ी बात है. Absolutely. So just to summarize this, like, really, choices either keep us in the victim role, or every choice that you make can actually empower you to step into being the victor. So the shift from victim to victor is just matter of